Hello there and welcome back to the channel. Sol here, and today is December 17th and we have Dr. T, Tropical Island on our archipelago. I went ahead and took him out today in the span of maybe 3 hours. I was busy doing some things in the morning. You can see I have waters loaded right now, and that is because stage 7 was a little bit of a doozy. Stages, I want to say 6 and 7 were not very RZCM friendly, and I say that because that's what I was using for the first 6 stages. I used RZCM to take them out. I was not boosted, and I failed in an attempt at stage 7 using RZCM. So I loaded warriors because the HQ had about 180,000 K base health plus somewhere around 220K. So it was not hard for warriors for all, and that's why I did it. And you're gonna see it on the replay in a few seconds. So let's get into it without any more delays. Let's take a look at stage 1, RZCM. Not a lot to do here. I mean, there's just one machine gun, one boom cannon. Anybody can do this. If you don't think you can do it, there's a lot of stuff on the left side of the map that you can go ahead and take out to get GBE and GBE. That boom cannon out. You should be able to do this one flawless. And if you're using just all riflemen, I mean, if you lose a couple riflemen, it's not a big deal. So let's take a look at stage 2. All right, so stage 2, a little bit more complicated. One rocket launcher, a low level one. Sniper tower, boom cannon. My advice is GBE that rocket launcher, and then approach from the right side of the map. That way, you are not going to have to deal with the boom cannon. If you're using heavies, the heavies are going to be able to most likely take care of that flamethrower. As you can see, I just landed all my troops as a freaking ant colony, just going in like crazy and just destroying whatever they want. And I understand my troops are high level, and this is a high level account. But I truly believe that you guys are low level. If you have unlocked Dr. T, you should be able to take at least this stage out, no problem at all. So let's take a look at stage 3. Getting a little bit more complicated. These are high-ish level flamethrowers, level 11. So just be careful of them. Just remember, if you land your heavies first, your zookas are gonna take a little bit of time before they get to a position. So those flamethrowers are just gonna keep firing until your zookas get there. I mean, your heavies may take them out, but in the meantime, those flamethrowers are gonna be doing full damage to your heavies, and you don't want that happening. So it's often better to let the heavies conglomerate in a specific area, then smoke them in, let the zookas arrive, and then go from there. In my case, I knew my guys, my medics could keep up with the flamethrower, so I was not really concerned about this stage at all. Let's go for stage number 4. Things starts getting a little bit complicated. You see I lost 11 riflemen here. On this attack. There was one attack I just sort of let my troops go in autopilot, and I think this was it, or maybe it was on the next stage. Not completely sure, but there's a shock launcher. There are cannons all over the place. So if you're using heavy zooka, you are gonna have a little bit of a hard time, especially if you're low level. What you're seeing here, that shock launcher has range on that area right there. I decided to ignore it, mainly because I could get away with doing that, but you don't want to do that. You want to destroy it if you can. Just remember to target the buildings that actually do damage to or counter the troops that you're using. So if you're using riflemen, make sure you counter the splash damage defenses. If you're using heavies, make sure you counter the one-shot defenses. Now, if you're struggling with Dr. T in the lower levels, there's no shame in going back and reloading. I know it's upsetting. I know it's not something that you want, because if you're using heavy zooka, it may take anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. If you're using warriors, 20 minutes, 25 minutes for riflemen, so on. So there's no shame in actually going in and changing troops troop layouts, just to be able to take it out. Now, so let's go to stage 5. Here, start losing a little bit more. Lost one cryoneer, 25 rifleman, but again, not a huge deal. A lot of one-shot defenses this time. A lot of splash damage on that side. So take your poison. So if you're using rifleman and stuff, just avoid this area. If you're using heavy zooka, then avoid this other area. I'm taking the right side of the map. As you saw, I took down the shock launcher. Started taking down the shock launcher. So there we go. So you take down the shock launcher, and there's free GBE. Make sure that, again, your troops are sort of grouped up, so that way you don't, your zookas are right there when your troops start dealing the damage. And then from here, you see, I just let my troops do what they do best. The majority of the losses that I had were for the one-shot defenses. I do end up losing, I think, some of them due to the combination of the flamethrower and the sniper tower firing at the same time. But 25 riflemen spread out in 3 boats. You're talking about 8 riflemen per boat. So 8-minute load time, it's peanuts, compared to losing a tank or losing something else like that. Now, stage 6, like I said, what happened? All right, here we go. Stage 6, lost 13 zookas and 27 riflemen, and this was totally my fault. The way I decided to approach this base, I was trying to be a little bit fancy, and ignore these rocket launchers. Right now, I don't know why I took down this rocket launcher. To be honest, I should not have, but I took down that rocket launcher thinking, I can keep these 2 guys shocked, and then go from there. Now, this shock launcher doesn't have range if I approach on the right, which is my final approach, or my plan. But you're gonna see that essentially I'm gonna lose a bunch of my zookas right now. No, is it right now? Maybe it's when I smoke them in. I think it's then when I lost most of them. Right here, you see some of those zookas are standing in the front, and there we go. So there, I lost a bunch of zookas. Now, also lost a bunch of riflemen there due to the combination of the machine gun and flamethrower. I decided not to shock that machine gun flamethrowing combo on the front, and that may be also part, or contributed in large part, to the huge number of losses that I had. But no, it was not that bad. I usually expect to lose most, if not all, of my riflemen in an attack. I consider an attack successful if all my zookas and medics survive. And if I lose 1 or 2 cryoneers, it's all part of the game, because loading 3 cryoneers takes you 24 minutes, which is about the same time it takes you to load a full boat of riflemen. So if I lost all my riflemen, then losing a few zookas is not that big of it. Losing a few of the cryoneers is not that big of an issue. Now, this is stage 7, where I lost all my RZCM, and you're gonna see it was a sloppy attack. I was doing some chores on the house, and I got a little bit of time to do this attack, and I went in, and it was totally sloppy. I'm gonna do it in 4x. So the idea was I started shock launchers, which on hindsight it was not the best idea. The reason why, those 2 shock launchers are close to these 2 rocket launchers. I could have kept those 2 rocket launcher and shock launchers shocked, and I could have used that GBE to destroy maybe a couple more rocket launchers, because that was the main problem right here. You're gonna see I land, I smoke, everything is fine and dandy. I lost a bunch of my riflemen right there, and then here all hell goes loose. I mean, even with stuff frozen, my medics could not keep up, and I was slowly losing the war. I mean, I knew it was happening, and at that point, when I saw this stage initially, I knew I was probably going to have to reload. So my point is, if I already have my troops loaded, I'm going to try something out, and then I'll reload, once my troop dies, because I'm going to have to get rid of the troops anyways, right? So then I just loaded warriors and took it down, no problem. Lost 18 warriors. Could have been done more cleanly, especially if I was less thrifty with my smokes on the beach. I tend to do a 1 smoke landing or a no smoke landing at all. In this case, I did a 1 smoke landing, and you're gonna see I put the flame, the smoke right in front. I should have put it a little bit forward, and this is where I lost, a few, or the health of a few of them. I lost. You can see I just heard one of them dying. Here, some of the riflemen again, or the warriors, get out of the way. And the last thing that contributed to me losing the numbers of warriors that I did, let me just put this in slow motion, is where the placement of my shocks. I'm for sure going to shock here, but you're going to see I'm going to throw a critter pack. That's going to distract the shocks initially. You see, and that I threw a shock here, and then I took another shock here. I should have thrown that second shock right here where this sniper tower is. That way it would cover the two cannons that are not covered right now. So that essentially is what contributed to my to the losses that I had. But you can see those warriors are just pounding away, and just in 9 seconds they managed to take down the HQ. I was not boosted. I want to say I have plus 48 of health, plus 50. Yeah, here we go. Plus 54 of damage, plus 48 of health, and plus 76 of GBE, which makes 92 GBE at the start of a match. And those are max level warriors. So guys, I hope this helps you. I hope that it gives you some ideas. If you're on the fence of using RZCM, I strongly recommend this troop. It's really amazing. You just have to get away from the idea of getting flawless victories and that bothering you. Once you get away from that, RZCM is a great combo. You're going to see that's going to elevate your gameplay to a new level. You're going to be able to take bases unboosted very easily that you thought that you could never do. And then once you boost, this combination becomes nearly unstoppable. In any case, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you like it. Please subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment. I really appreciate those. Check the videos that are popping now on the screen, and that's about it for me today. So let's check it out.